Most Shopify stores have the same silent killer. A customer buys once and you never see them again. Now you have to pay all over again just to replace them. That's the hamster wheel, and most stores never get off it. But Ryan Babenzian found a way out. In 2021, he launched a $170 showerhead. And right here, this is where it gets interesting, because 80% of every single customer who bought that showerhead became a subscriber on day one. Churn rate less than 1%. By year 2, that single purchase was generating over $500 in lifetime revenue per customer. This is Jolie, and in this video I'm breaking down the exact mechanic they used to turn a one-time hardware sale into a subscription machine, and more importantly, how you can engineer the same model into your Shopify store today, even if you're not selling showerheads, and even if you've never run a subscription in your life. Before Jolie, Ryan was running a sneaker brand called Grades, built it from scratch, grew it to $13 million in revenue, and sold it in 2019. Most founders would take a break after that, but Ryan started over, and this time he had strict rules. Before touching any product idea, it had to hit 3 things. First, habit, something people do every single day without thinking about it. He didn't want to fight human behavior, he wanted to ride it. Second, vanity, something that makes people look or feel better, because vanity sells itself. You don't have to convince people they want to look good. And third, one size fits all. Anyone who's run an apparel brand knows sizing is a nightmare. He never wanted to deal with that again. Then one winter in New York, he noticed a problem. His legs were dry constantly. He was going through lotion like it was water and nothing was working. So he started digging. And what he found surprised him. Turns out tap water in the US is full of chlorine and heavy metals. And those things destroy your skin and hair. The water was the problem, not his skin. And right there, the showerhead idea clicked. But here's the move that made everything else possible. Jolie positioned the plumbing product as a beauty product. They called it Step Zero, the thing that happens before any serum, shampoo, or skincare product ever touches your skin. Everything else in your routine assumes clean water. But the showerhead isn't the main product. It's the key that unlocks the real product. And to understand why, you need to know one of the oldest tricks in business. Gillette figured this out decades ago. Sell the razor handle cheap, sometimes basically free, and then make your money on the blades the customer buys forever. The hardware gets them in. The consumable is where you actually make money. Jolie took that exact model and applied it to a DTC home good. If we look into their store, we can see that the showerhead is $169 if bought one time, or $148 if you subscribe. That's the razor. One purchase installs itself in your bathroom, and now Jolie is inside your home every single day. The filter, $35 every 3 months. That's the blades. But here's what makes it different from most subscription products. It's not a preference, it's a deadline. After 3 months of average use, the filter is spent. It physically stops working. The customer doesn't choose to reorder. They have to. But here's what makes the whole thing work even harder. Right here on their site, you enter your zip code, and it shows you exactly what's in your local water. But to get the report, you drop your email first, smart. Then it shows you exactly what's in your local water. Chlorine levels, heavy metals, contaminants, specific to your neighborhood. It's not a generic warning, it's personal. And that's a very deliberate selling point, because the moment your water feels like your problem, the showerhead becomes your solution. So what does this actually look like in the numbers? Let's start with churn. The average DTC subscription brand loses around 6% of subscribers every month. You have to replace them constantly just to stay flat. Jolie's monthly churn is under 1%, 6 times better than the industry average. And the obvious reason is the physical lock-in. If you cancel the subscription and the filter stops working, your skin and hair go back to chlorine water. The switching cost isn't psychological, it's physical. But there's a second reason the churn stays low that most people don't talk about. Look at this. Right here on their site. Hair shedding, frizziness, color retention, dandruff. You click your specific problem and immediately see a review from someone who had that exact issue and fixed it with Jolie. Every time a customer starts to doubt whether it's working, this page is one click away. That's the retention engine nobody sees. And that churn number compounds into something insane over time. When Jolie first started tracking subscribers seriously, they had 3,500. Today they have over 100,000 active subscribers. And here's what that actually means in dollars. A customer pays $148 for the showerhead. Add the filters over 3 years, that's $544 back. From a single acquisition, no ads attached, no customer acquisition cost, just a physical object reordering itself every 90 days. But here's what makes those numbers even more insane. They barely spent anything to get there. Most DTC brands spend a significant chunk of revenue on paid ads. Jolie spent $100,000 a month on total marketing at $28 million in revenue. That's 4%. Most brands at that size are spending 5 times that just to keep traffic flowing. So how did they grow? Seeding. But not the way most brands do it. They weren't chasing follower counts or signing celebrities. Ryan called it seeding people of influence, anyone with an engaged audience regardless of size. Year 1, 5,000 free showerheads sent to creators. Cold outreach to hundreds of people every week. 7 out of 10 who received one made content. Year 2, 10,000 units. No scripts, no briefs, just creators filming honest reactions. Unboxings, before and afters, filter change videos. Viewers couldn't tell it was a brand placement because it basically wasn't. The result? More than 25,000 creator videos and billions of organic views. And Ryan only tracked one metric through all of it: total content pieces going out. Not reach, not impressions, not individual ROI. If content volume was up and revenue was up, the system was working, and the product did the rest itself. A Jolie showerhead sits in your bathroom, guests see it, ask about it, every customer is a passive billboard. The word of mouth isn't a strategy, it's a design feature. So here's the question every Shopify merchant should be asking right now: what's my showerhead? Because the model Jolie built isn't about showerheads. It's about engineering a one-time purchase that installs a subscriber in your customer's home. The product category doesn't matter, the mechanic does. And it comes down to 3 questions. First, does your product require a consumable to keep working? Filters, blades, pots, refills, replacement parts, anything that runs out. Second, does that consumable have a physical deadline? Not the customer might want more someday, a real deadline. The product stops delivering its core benefit without a replacement. Third, can you price the hardware to make subscribing the obvious choice? A small gap between the one-time price and the subscription price. Just enough to make paying full price feel slightly irrational. If you can answer yes to all 3, you have a subscription machine. And if you already sell something with a consumable attached, you're probably leaving serious LTV on the table by not engineering the subscription into the first purchase. The difference between knowing the model and running it is about 5 minutes of setup. That's exactly what Kaching Subscriptions is built for. One tool inside your Shopify store that turns your product into the same model Jolie runs. And that's exactly what the next video is, the full setup step by step.